got to give the people what they want. This is Marc Pope, and we are live and in living color on this Friday. I'm just waiting for confirmation in my ear that we are on radio, but all right, we got it. Thanks to Ross's studio. We greatly appreciate it. We've been on the air with WOFO for a lot of years, and we are not moving from that. Thank you to Buffalo for tuning in. Thank you to Atlanta and everywhere in between. This is the Power to the People show, and we have a lot to talk about. But right off the bat, for our Buffalo market, we want to talk about something that is a little serious. We have an event at our downtown campus tomorrow, and I have Ashley Crump, our health navigator, to talk about that. But it is a serious issue, and I just wanted to throw some information out because elder abuse is really running rampant, and not only in this country, but especially in the Black community. It is more common than we really realize. Roughly 1 in 10 older adults experience some form of abuse every year. Experts say the real number is highly likely because so many cases go unreported. Ashley, welcome to the show. Let me get you some mic there. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Tell the people about the event that we have tomorrow, Saturday, April 18th from 1 to 3. Tell the people what's going on.
Okay, so we're partnering with another church. They do this like nationally. They go visit other churches. So they reached out. They wanted to do the training with us. So we will be having it. The trainer, her name is Susan Frawley. She's at a church in Rochester. So it's really started out kind of mostly like focused towards like faith leaders and for churches, but then she's kind of started to like broaden it out. So it is open to the community. Anyone can come. It's from 1 to 3. If you are interested or you want more information, you can contact me. My name's Ashley. My phone number is 716-895-8222, and then my extension is 204.
Now, I'm looking at the flyer that I have even on the screen right now, and let me try to get in my shot. And it says that you can also receive additional educational credits for attending.
Yes, so it is a New York State accredited training. So if you're in college, if you're continuing education, if you need some extra credit hours, if you are already licensed and you kind of need those to like reinstate, you do get credit hours for attending. So that's another little incentive.
So I definitely think that's important. And as I'm even reading through some more of the notes here, nearly 60% of elder abuse. Where am I? 60% of elder abuse cases involve a family member, which makes this issue more complicated than people think. And so I think any training that we can get that helps our communities navigate these situations, be identifiers, right? Like, and in so many different aspects, we talk about reporting and protection. We love to say we're protecting kids, but we also have to protect some of our other most vulnerable populations. And let's see, social isolation is one of the biggest risk factors when it comes to elder abuse. Seniors who are isolated are much more likely to be abused or neglected. 1 in 24 cases of elder abuse is never reported. And so I think, again, we find these markers, come get this training. Again, tell the people do they have to register or can they just show up?
So I would prefer you guys to register or like contact me so I can put your name on the list, just so I have like a rough estimate of how many people we're going to have. But if you aren't able to reach me or register in advance, you can absolutely just come. That's fine.
And so, like I said, for those listening at home and don't see the screen, it is tomorrow at Saturday, April the 18th, 1 to 3, 472 Swan Street at True Bethel's downtown campus. Are you providing food?
Yes, there will be food.
Listen, so that 1 to 3 is important, right? That's lunchtime. So make sure and they feeding you. So come on out, get some food, get these educational credits, get the knowledge, and
it's free.
And it's free. And you don't get no educational credits without paying for something. Just on a segue, have you ever worked at a nursing home?
I've never worked in a nursing home per se. I worked at Villa Maria Convent. So it's kind of like a nursing home, but specifically for nuns.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like my first ever job for summer youth, which is actually really interesting. But they were really sweet, actually. They were very sweet.
Okay, so I guess this topic does play. I'm aware of it because my first job was in a nursing home, and it wasn't some of the nursing homes that make the news. The nursing home I worked at was a former DuPont mansion back in Delaware, so it was on like all these green, beautiful acres of land, and so you had one part of the mansion that was for independent living. You had another part of the mansion that was for assisted living. And then you had the nursing home side. So I worked in the nursing home side. And that's kind of how I got my feel for like, hey, if I'm going to be in a nursing home, you got to put me in one of these, right? Mm-hmm. But there was, even in those situations, I could see cases of elder abuse. And sometimes what ends up happening is family members will put you in these nice complexes or just put you off for the care that you need, and then they stop visiting.
Yeah.
So that makes it more, again, that isolation, right? That's how people get targeted. So and I made a lot of good friends in my nursing home experience, but it was still kind of like, you could tell they never had family show up. They never had anybody kind of take care of it. Somebody just paid the bill and that was it, right? So again, classes like this are important because even if it's not for you, I think learning the sensitivity of it, I think helps. And whether it's for you directly in your family or a friend or anyone else in the community, identifying that is the key part. So tomorrow, April the 18th, 1 to 3, 472 Swan Street. If you can call today, 895-8222, extension 204, to register today. If not, show up, get the training, get the food, and get the information. Anything else before we go to commercial?
That is it.
That is it. All right. Well, we're gonna run to commercial. When we come back, our host is in the building, and we will continue on our world and news and keep you informed.
When it comes to something as personal as your clothes, you need to deal with somebody you can trust. That's why so many people turn to Hobson's Dry Cleaning, conveniently located in the heart of the community at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming.
When you take your clothes to Hobson's, you can trust that they'll be ready on time.
You can trust that your whites will be white.
You can trust that you'll always get a fair price and service with a smile.
You can even trust that you won't have to get out of your car if you don't want to. Hobson's has a drive-through window for your convenience.
Trust is what it's all about at Hobson's Dry Cleaning.
Hobson's Dry Cleaning, your one-stop dry cleaners serving the community for over 30 years at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming. Call 891-8298. That's 891-8298.
Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home has 3 locations to serve you in Buffalo: 347 Peckham, 2258 Bailey Avenue, and Providence Memorial Chapel at 1275 Sycamore. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes offers traditional services, and they have services for all faiths. And at Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes, they have air-conditioned parlors and chapels. Financing is available, as is limousine service. At those difficult moments in your life, Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes is available where you are with counseling services. Call toll-free 877-885-7734. That's 877-885-7734. Or locally, 845-5545. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes. We are here to serve you, here to serve this present age. Call today, toll-free, 877-885-7734. Or email info@brianklewisfuneralhome.com.
And we are back. Thank you, Ms. Crump, for what you're doing through a program called Choose Healthy Life. First of all, speaking of choosing healthy life, this is relevant to both Atlanta and to Buffalo. There is an association called the American Medical Association, which is the largest physicians organization in the country. And a doctor from Buffalo, New York, William Underwood III, Dr. Underwood, has been elected as its president. So this is the largest. Everybody knows that they do peer reviews, which is basically doctors writing about different diseases or cures or procedures, and then they will, rate it or talk about it and endorse it or not endorse it. This is big that an African American is now the president of the American Medical Association. So big ups to him. He earned his bachelor's in biology from Morehouse.
Whose house?
Morehouse. And his doctor of medicine and master science in anatomy and cellular biology degrees from State University of New York, Upstate Medical University, Syracuse University, and he received his general surgery and urologic surgery training at the University of Connecticut. Now, let me just tell you what I know about the man. One time after I was elected to the city council, you go to everything, especially when you're first elected. You got to show up, everything. And they had a testing, and we're trying to get especially black men tested.
Uh-huh.
And so, I went, and it was at the Buffalo Zoo of all places. I'm not kidding. You can't make this up.
I got so many things to say.
Yeah. It's at the Buffalo Zoo. So I, newly elected, power to the people, want to be the leader.
Right.
So I sign up.
Mm-hmm.
So we taking pictures. Hey, council members here. They do a blood draw first, or I think blood or urine, one or the other. So I'm ready for the cookies. Like when I give blood at the Red Cross, you get cookies and juice.
Yes, you do. Got to bring that blood sugar back up.
I'm ready for the cookies. They say, okay, now you can go into part 2. We go into part 2, and it's partitions. And I'm like, oh, what are we doing here? This is the truth. Underwood comes out of the partition.
Yeah.
So another male leaves out.
Uh-huh.
Call me in. I'm like, oh, must be a consult.
Right.
Well, it was a consult, all right.
Oh, boy.
It was one of those, we got to check.
Oh.
All I'm going to say to you is this.
One of those.
Underwood has huge hands.
I can't. I can't.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a gosh doggone minute.
You at least got to buy me dinner first or something.
Give me a cigarette afterward. What the heck? I didn't know what was about to happen in that room. But sir,
man.
you need to bring an intern in for that one. So congratulations. Get myself together.
If anyone doesn't know, this is what happens when a certain individual goes away and come back. Isn't that
Yeah, I've been on vacation. I've been away. I'm dark like I've been to Atlanta for a month or something in the middle of the summer. I was so close to the sun. I felt like it was so hot that I felt like God was kissing me with the sun.
Oh, I love that, though.
And so I am a black person who peels.
Yeah.
My skin peels. So all on top of my head is peeling, my nose is peeling. But I'm going to tell you, well deserved. Spent some time with 2 of my daughters.
Absolutely.
And yeah, this is what happens. You just come back and you got to reset. Now I wasn't going down this health thing, but Ashley started out with what she's doing, talking about Dr. Underwood. we have several bishops in Full Gospel Baptist Church. And this is, of course, relevant again to Atlanta, who Bishop Paul Sylvester Morton has a location there. Well, he's retired now, and we have several locations in Atlanta area.
Yes.
And one of our regional bishops out of Little Rock, Arkansas, went on to be with the Lord. And this is so important because we met Monday.
Yes.
Before Friday, he was gone.
Yeah.
And when we met Monday, he said he was going to the hospital for a little procedure, and a few days later, I think so, he passed on. Healthy looking young man,
yes,
known across the quartet world.
Yep.
Just became on the board, just placed on the board for the Gospel Music Workshop of America, was the chairman of the quartet division.
Yep.
And just went. Folks, listen.
The founding father of the Full Gospel.
One of the founding fathers.
Yep.
And the first founding father to die while still in position.
Wow.
Still the first one to die. So they literally had to figure out policy and how you handle this because we've never had it. Full Gospel is still relatively young.
Yeah, that's true.
One of the youngest of fellowships still in the country. So at the end of the day, Kenneth Robinson, who preached at True Bethel, sang at True Bethel, was our regional bishop. So he oversees New York City, New York West, which is the part the state that I have, New Jersey, and Connecticut. And he is gone. So it's really important, and it's so wild because when I came in here, I have an appointment coming up. When you have an appointment, I have a medical appointment coming up, do they text you and call you 58,000 times?
Yes. Sometimes I need it, and then sometimes it becomes overkill.
Okay. As I was driving in, I got the call, and it was an automated call, and my phone says scam likely. So I answer scam likely. So I answer them all the time. Mm-hmm. So I'll let them talk.
Yep.
If I got time.
If you got time.
And they say, is this Darius? And I'll go, no. And they go, oh, who am I speaking to? Do not. Or I say it real quick, do not. How do you spell that? DONOT.
Not do not.
Call me again. And hang up the phone.
Not do not.
Do not. I'll say it real quick. Do not.
Oh.
And they say, how do you spell that? And I give them the spelling. So anyway, I answer the phone. It's an automated message.
Right.
I just responded to your automated message.
Yes.
I get in here, I get another one. It's the same automated message.
That's crazy.
Now, here's because I know you dag if you do and you dag if you don't. I have one doctor's office that every couple of days after you make the appointment, they want to keep reminding you.
And then if you get the text turned on, C to confirm, S to stop.
I got them both.
Get them all. Get them all.
Because they sent me that.
Right.
Now, here's the bad thing. I have missed appointments because they almost spent time. This is the truth. I owe 2 doctors right now.
Oh, boy.
Because they don't have the automated stuff.
Oh, I get it.
And I put it in my calendar, and then I forget. Folks, we have got to take care of our health.
Have to.
We have got to take care of our health. And I'm not the best at it, but our body does talk to us.
We trying.
I'm trying my best. I'm supposed to have a root canal 3 months ago.
Jesus.
But I don't feel any pain. I'm like, why am I gonna let them dig in my gums?
Yeah.
She gave me the antibiotic. She said, "Oh, but it's gonna come back if you don't go."
Oh yeah.
I'm just waiting for it to come back a little bit.
That'd be our problem. We'd be like, well, it's fine now.
It really is.
It's fine.
Like
now.
we laughing, but for real. Like for real. The woman told me that I needed a root canal.
Yeah.
But you told I ain't gonna go into it because somebody might know my dentist. But at the end of the day, she gave me the antibiotic.
Yeah, it's working.
It was 3 months ago.
It's working. Clearly working.
Now, I think I should call the root canal doctor and at least let him look, because he might say, you don't need a root canal.
Yeah. Like, maybe it cleared up. Maybe it got better.
But what I do know is this crown in here got to be readjusted because I'm tired of biting my tongue all night.
Listen, I just said the same thing about.
Are you serious?
I was like, you know what? I got to go see my dentist because this. I don't know if a filling pop, something popped. Because I'm like, then I went to chew something and my molar started hurting. I said, what is?
Mark, I literally have to sleep on one side because if I don't, I wake up and I'm biting my tongue. I think this crown in its way in the back is probably like 2 centimeters too big.
Oh,
and my mouth is not. And even preaching or talking,
oh
my gosh. Here's the point. We have to take care of our health.
Yeah.
Because I see some people who are much more senior than me who look so good. Mm-hmm. And those are people who, if you ask them, they drink a lot of water.
Yep.
They keep their stress level down.
Yep.
And they keep up with their appointments.
Yes.
My dad had a stroke 1 year in the last couple of years, a heart attack the next year, and my dad is up and about. But my dad also eats he doesn't eat any meat, so he won't eat any pork, any chicken, any of that.
Wow.
Once in a while, he might have a chicken wing.
Wow.
Other than that, it's all vegetables and water.
Wow.
He's over 80 years old, out driving, out living his life.
Still fixing stuff.
Sunday, still doing whatever he wants to do. Sunday, walked around for the offering. I was like, my dad is really healthy.
Yeah.
Doesn't need any assistance with anything. My mom is the same way. I am 61, and I'm praying to make it to 63.
Listen, who you telling? I'd be like, my goal be 45 sometimes.
When I was younger, I never thought I was going to make it to 40.
Right.
When I made it to 40, I didn't think I'd make it to 60.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm 61, and I don't know if I'm going to make it to 62. So the point is, again, is we got to take care of ourselves.
Yep.
Now this week, I did eat things that I shouldn't have. But now I'm back home.
Right.
I had a salad yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
See how I'm talking?
Yeah.
Because I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to talk preacher. Because I don't know why some people, when they get called, they be saying stuff like, how you doing, Doc?
Yeah, you get that little churchy southern drawl on you.
Everything all right, Doc? So when y'all hear me talking like this, it's not because I'm trying to be preachery. My crown a little off. Speaking of crowns and preachery, the picture with the president.
I got it.
The picture with the president.
I got it. This is
that he posted. He can't even say this was a repost.
No.
That means, this is what I want y'all to think about. That means I doubt if he knows how to create an AI image.
There it is right there.
Here it is. He says this picture that we're showing on our social media platforms, if you haven't seen it, it depicts a Jesus-like figure, if that's what Jesus looked like. The problem is the skin tone is not the same color as Jesus, nor is the hair.
That ain't my savior.
That ain't how the Savior looks. But he then doubles down when he says people go after him, including the first American Pope.
Yeah.
This dude is really American.
Yep.
Because this dude said, I don't care. I'm here for it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we may not always agree, but I ain't never seen any leader, an American leader especially, go after the Pope.
After the Pope.
What are we doing here?
I'm scared to go after the Pope.
John Boehner met the Pope and resigned the next day.
I ain't going after the Pope. I ain't going after the Pope. I ain't going after nobody. But anyway, yeah, he going after the Pope. So he then says he wasn't depicting himself as Jesus. He was depicting himself as a doctor who healed. That's what he said. He said, oh, no, this was supposed to be a picture of me as a doctor because I heal many people. I make many people better. Now, I got a great grandson who can barely talk, who will tell you that that's not the truth, sir. Everybody in America, Iran, Palestine, Egypt, China, Japan, knows the picture, the alleged picture of Jesus.
Yeah.
I could show, if I had a dog, I could show my dog.
Yeah.
the picture of Jesus, the alleged picture of Jesus.
Yeah.
Because you want to know why? Every black household
Had a Jesus.
back in the day had a Jesus on the wall with a little light over it.
Yep.
That never was plugged in, by the way.
No, never plugged in. It was Jesus and Dr. King right next to each other. They were both.
With the cord hanging. Because it wasn't no cord. It wasn't nothing there to plug it up.
Nowhere near an outlet.
So true. So everybody knows. Okay, Rebecca says, wait, us 45-year-olds are struggling. Come on now. Listen, I walked up the stairs yesterday, and I had my luck. I got upstairs. I had to lay down in the bed. I said, here I go. Am I having a heart attack? But I wasn't. It was anxiety coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a lot. We got, he is not wrapped too tight. Marie Collins says, Darius, your dad is sure enough the original OG. Mr. Earl has the same swagger from when I was a little girl. Yeah. Speaking of coming home and having laying in bed, I bought a new mattress. I had it delivered while I was away.
While you were away. Okay.
So I go to the store, and I have this mattress in a guest room. I said, I want the same mattress that's in my guest room. I lay on the mattress. The man says, cool. He get ready to write it up. He says, I want you to try one more mattress.
Oh.
Take me to this mattress, Mark. It's a cooling mattress, but it's got the pillow top that's like this thick. So he said you got to buy pocket sheets for this.
Oh, okay.
So the sheet goes all the way up. So I was gone. My grandson made sure the bed was delivered, all of that. How about I walk in my bedroom and that bed is almost to the ceiling? I cannot get in the bed without climbing up. I'm not kidding you, dude.
Need a step stool to get into it now.
As embarrassing as it is, because I got one of those adjustable beds,
Right.
But the base is I can't even like make.
Oh boy.
Literally, I'm so high in the air that when I went to make the bed this morning, the bed is by my chest, bruh.
Are you kidding me?
Do you know how it is to make a bed? It's like I need a one of those little stools to get the sheet across. I need a stool.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
That's a lot going on.
we're talking about a lot. But anyway,
That's
the
a lot
man,
going on.
why did I go there? We're talking about Trump, and healing, and I don't know, all over the place. But yeah, so he said it was that it was him as a doctor.
Now, I mean, like I said, I'll bring it up one more time. I don't know what about this says, doctor, when you got fallen soldiers and birds. Last time I checked, doctors aren't flying with American flags and angel soldiers
Right.
and stuff behind them. Like, what doctor you know running around doing this? And if you... Yeah,
Are you playing with our intelligence?
You have to be. You have to be. And I've seen a lot of people, and our founding bishop had put up a video, and I saw like Ricky Smiley shared it, and I think this is where, again, it's like you want to hear from the white evangelical church, the Christian nationalists that have been backing him. And again, are you still going to accept and sign up and say this is acceptable? Now, just like the woman we had on the show, she talked about it, a reference you made to Obama and being like Jesus. Where was the outrage?
Where's the outrage? This man, whole picture.
Yep.
Healing in his hands.
Yep.
Robe on.
Mm-hmm.
Like pictures.
If you had a doctor's coat on, okay, maybe we could accept it.
It wouldn't make any sense.
It wouldn't make any sense, but like you didn't give any depiction that you were a doctor.
Absolutely. Somebody just wrote on Facebook, bring down these flipping gas prices. Guess what? We got news for you.
Yes, you do.
This morning, it was announced that the Strait of Hormuz is now open amid push to end war. And right away,
yep,
oil prices started going down.
Over $10 in like the first 10 minutes.
$10
per barrel.
So when I watch, matter of fact, it's up right now. It's $81 for WTI crude. Brent crude is $89. It was $140 yesterday.
Yep.
So a barrel of oil was 140, is now down to 89. Gas prices, well, the stock market went up, so your 401k is in better shape.
Hallelujah.
And gas prices, you should start to see coming down very soon.
Right, because everyone was asking, like, how fast will it take effect? And like I said, they were doing a very good job in explaining it. It's like the carriers still got to get out the strait.
Absolutely.
So they still got to get to their destination before you'll see the relief in gas prices. But they had an admiral on, and he was saying that, he was like, yeah, Iran announcing that it's going to be open. One, it's only through the Lebanon ceasefire, so it could be closed again by Tuesday.
Absolutely. right.
But he also said them opening it up isn't much detail until they explain what it is. He was like, because does that mean they're opening the whole thing? Are they pushing you closer to the Iranian side so they still have some military control? Like, what does this really mean? And are transporters going to be as amenable to, all right, well, let's get all of our stuff through, or they're just going to say, let's clear what's there now and still play the wait and see. So it might be that 1-2 day relief, or we're just still going to be back in this battle. So we don't really know.
It's really wild you say that, because I didn't see that interview, but what was on my mind, I hope Iran and Lebanon are not like, okay, y'all can come in.
Yep.
And then bomb.
Yep.
I'm hoping not that. Because I do agree with peace, and I do agree. There's the fallout now with the Pope, with the president. Like I said, the Pope, he American born, and he said, oh, I'm not afraid of the president of the United States. Nor should he be.
No.
And at the end of the day, we don't have to agree.
No, we don't.
But all of this kind of bashing because you don't agree with the Pope. But you had all these people saying, we want you because you're religious. I think he recently said, allegedly, he wasn't a religious man.
Wasn't a religious man and didn't care about going to heaven or anything else. And actually, I think said something to the effect of, like,
I didn't hear that.
I wasn't planning on it anyway, or something like that. I think that interview was on his plane.
That he said that he wasn't planning on what?
Like going to heaven.
But okay, all right. I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. Yeah, I'm troubled. I'm troubled. Are we getting close to the end? Well, I guess every day is closer to the end. So I'm concerned, but I'm like you. Where are my friends that said that this was okay? Strong support for Christian religious freedom. Trump often positioned himself as a defender of Christianity. He said things like, quote, "We will protect Christianity." He frequently emphasizing the U.S. as a nation under God, quote. He's supported religious freedom, but now he's in a battle with the largest known religious figure in the world.
It's crazy.
Not in the world. And now he says, well, he's not a good pope. I like his brother better. That's what he said.
Oh, my God.
He said, I like his brother better.
Oh.
So, yeah, let me read. Too much going on in the photo. Veronica Bell says evidence of Trump entirely too much going on in his country. Trump, he is dressed as the magician from the Illuminati cult. Lakeisha says that. Angela Prim says that is the same thing I was thinking. It's a lot going on in this picture. I think if you zoom in, I zoomed in and I don't know what those three figures were behind his head. So I'm not sure. But there were three figures behind his head.
So I just kind of looked up some generalizations about Trump's comments, and it says ChatGPT, of course, running our research department. Donald Trump has made comments along the lines of not expecting to go to heaven, but they generally come in a joking or self-deprecating tone, not as a serious theological statement. What he actually said at a campaign-style event, Trump joked about his behavior and said something to the effect of, he's not sure he'd make it to heaven, framed it humorously, implying he hasn't always lived a perfect life. Well, we know that. And then, yeah. So again, but I know he has made that comment from his plane campaign events and things like that.
It's unfortunate. Georgia Democrats, hey Georgia, hey Atlanta, try to make their move in a jumbled low-dollar primary for governor, according to Associated Press. Now, 4 years ago, Democrat Stacey Abrams commanded the spotlight with her campaign for Georgia governor, dumping millions of dollars into the race as the media followed her every move. But there is little of that energy so far in 2026. Even though Democrats may have a better shot at winning, there is far less attention and money as their candidates compete for the nomination in next month's primary. Their struggles raise the possibility that Democrats could miss another chance to win the Georgia governor's seat for the first time since 1998.
Wow.
National Democrats say they are not going to let that happen. Kentucky governor, who leads the Democratic Governors Association, said Georgia is, quote, in play, end of quote, and the money will be there for the party's eventual nominee. Bruh.
Eventual.
This is what I mean about Democrats. We got to get it together.
Not eventual.
The primary is coming up. It's next month. It's next month. Georgia, we have not had in Georgia a Democrat mayor who's Democrat, 1998. There should have been money in place.
Or a pipeline, a pool of candidates.
Something. Now, I don't know about Georgia. I know about New York as far as African Americans, by and large, do not give great sums of money to candidates.
No.
And I would imagine probably the Atlanta area, they give more.
Right.
For those who have the wealth.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at a Buffalo that has a high poverty rate,
right,
I don't even know what the average probably donation would be, but I know it's under $100.
Yeah, and
from my own experience.
Yeah, and I was getting ready to say, based on being in the political game and events, you normally will say, if you're targeting the average community member, you try to keep the donation around $50, things like that. But when you get to high ticket events that generally will wipe out a large population of people, that's your 1,000 and stuff like that. I definitely think the average donation is probably between the 50 to 99. I believe when I think the Obama for America campaign, I think they reported out at one point the average donation was like $27, something like that. So,
right, because I remember that.
But it was like more grassroots led, and then the big donors came in. So so that's generally what happens in the grassroots level, and then you start getting the big money flowing in once they know you're a serious candidate.
Charlene on Facebook says, and I don't know this to be a fact, I didn't hear this. Someone threatened the Pope's brother's life.
Wow.
Now y'all getting outrageous. Y'all getting outrageous. Stop it. Everybody stop it. Everybody stop. I know. Okay. Let's talk about this former lieutenant governor. And this is a sad story out of Virginia. If you all didn't hear about this, and I'm trying to find it, who killed, unalived, his wife in the house. You finding it?
Yes.
Unalived his wife in the house, in their home, with their children present. I think at least one was a teenager. And the reason, allegedly, the reason was I'll say this, not the reason. They're going through a divorce, still living in the same house. There was an order, I guess, of when he had to leave, and he unalives her and then takes his own.
Yep.
The child, one of the children, called the police. Now, let me say this. Now, I don't judge. Y'all know me. I ain't got a bone in my body to judge anybody else. And I know how it can feel to go through relationship breakups. But folks, listen. That's why I think the Bible talks about loving God more than trusting God. Don't put your trust in man. There should be nobody alive that can take you to that place where you do something like that in front of kids. And I'm not judging him. My job is always encouraging.
Right.
Let me encourage you that whether it's domestic violence, whether it is divorce, whether it is breakup, whether it is all of that, because we seeing people even locally and in both Atlanta and Buffalo who all these fights. Yep. And a few of them around here have been over men, over relationships. And I ain't talking about 13-year-olds fighting. I'm not talking about 14-year-olds fighting. I'm talking about grown women over, because did you find his name?
Justin Fairfax.
Justin Fairfax. And I pray for his children who must be traumatized. But hear me, folks. We got to make sure we don't bring trauma into our children's life based on adult drama. I'm going to say that for those of you in the back.
Yep.
Because it's going to affect the children for the rest of their life. And I don't mean as far as even going to the point of being unalived. I think that I don't call this old school. I think it's smart school. Children need to be children. And when adults bring children into situations that's about adults, shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you. You going through a divorce, your children, listen, there's a whole method and way to help children make it through divorce without you talking, mothers, about their father negatively in front of them. Mothers, you talking about their mother negatively in front of them, or about you talking to somebody else in their presence.
Yep.
So that the children have to pick a side.
Yeah.
Why do kids have to? Children shouldn't have to pick a side.
No.
If adults can't make it, okay.
And if it's our decision, then we need to work that out, but not in front of them and not including them. And, I think even from my history and personal experience, I think my story goes down like that. At some point when my mother and father were separating and divorcing, we were asked the question, who do you want to go live with? And it's like, I'm 4 years old. Like, what educated answer am I supposed to give?
Yeah.
And of course, as a boy, I choose my father. But was he the best situation or my mom's best situation? I don't know. I'm 4 years old. And so I think even in that situation, like you said, we're picking sides and we're forcing our kids to make an adult decision based on adults already making other decisions that can't figure it out. So because y'all can't figure it out, now you're going to put it on a 4-year-old to figure it out. That's unfair.
If I was you, I'd have been like, whoever got the most snacks. Are you going to buy me some Cheetos? If I can't get no Cheetos, I'll be like, I want to go. I think
That's the thing.
Just work it out. If you can't get along, you can't get along. You don't get along. You don't get along. Move on.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, the trauma that many people have gone through is based on grown people exposing children to grown people's problems.
Yeah. And you did a great job at sharing the breakdown of the case. The only additional stuff in here is they were basically separated. They were going through the divorce process, but still living in the house, which I've experienced with as well. And apparently he had just received court documents that said he had to be move out by the end of April of the house. And that primary custody of the children were given to his wife. And so with all the reports, a lot of it was basically the financial stress of the divorce. His career was declining because he was no longer lieutenant governor, even though he was an uprising political figure.
He hasn't been the lieutenant governor for a while because there was allegations of SA not just for him, but for the whole administration.
Right.
And here's the bad part. She was a dentist, and he's a lawyer.
Yep.
So you had these two successful Black African Americans who, at the end of the day, relationship and drama, and now they're gone.
Yep.
And these children are left.
Yep. With neither one of them.
With neither one of them.
Yeah.
So when I see adults fighting and arguing in front of children, it makes me ill. I think it is just horrible. Like, go back to the old school. Go in your room.
Yep.
And y'all have a conversation that's low enough. If y'all can't go out of the house and can't get a babysitter, have a conversation low enough that children don't have to deal with that drama.
Send them to their grandparents, a friend, go to a neighbor's. Hey, can you keep them for an hour or two? Let me because again, and my thing was always, in some of the most tumultuous times, my thing is I would always leave. I would rather just leave and be like, when we calm down, then we can have a conversation. Yeah. So, because I'm not trying to do this right now, and it wasn't that I'm avoiding the conversation. I just see where the conversation is going.
Are you an arguer?
I'm really not. And I'm not an arguer because, and this is probably good and bad, most of the thing that makes people mad, I really don't care enough about. So, at some point, I'm just going to be like, okay, you're right. And
that's not good, right?
It's not. It is not. But for me, it's like, I don't really care. Like, I hear you. I hear your point, but I don't care enough to argue. And so I just want to move on with the situation. Like, okay, well, let's stop beating the horse, but let's get to the solution. And if we're not discussing the solution, then I don't want to get.
Don't you think that's bad then?
Probably.
Oh boy, wait a minute. Supreme Court justices air grievances in public. Oh, shucks, something going on.
So,
and Clarence Thomas, and I'll come back to that, but this is just right now. I guess this was Wednesday.
Yeah, so.
What happened?
I think one of the Supreme Court justices, and I have to.
I'm getting my glasses.
Because they won, was it Sotomayor? One of them had to issue apology for her comments to Justice Thomas, but I don't remember what they were, but I did see a headline the other day about it.
Okay, so I'm looking it up. I'll come back to it. This is a show with a little bit of everything. But yeah, it is just, I think that people don't realize how much trauma it is. I wanted to read somebody's comment. Carla Thomas says, those children will never be able to unsee what they saw. I hope they receive the mental health, the care they're going to need. This is tragic. Sandra King says, parents today act as if their children are their friends, involving them in things they shouldn't be involved in. It's really wild because, like I said, I went on vacation with two of my daughters, and somebody here in the office asked, Denise in our office said, do you have more fun with your daughters at this age? Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. When they were younger, I was dad, but friendly dad, but dad. Now that they're grown, I'm not going to say I'm their friend, but I will say I am much more friendlier because they're grown now, and they don't need me. Hallelujah, glory to the Lamb. But keeping drama, on a personal note, was one of the big things for me in a relationship is we might have drama. I don't want my kids to be involved. And I think that to Sandra King's point, when you think your child is your child is your best friend, and I know we can argue about it and we can debate it, that's on you. But you got to realize that what you expose them to needs to be age appropriate. You going through a divorce, do you tell 8-year-old your daddy ain't nothing?
Right.
And then when he's around dad, he's feeling, it's just, I don't care whether somebody agrees or not, it's not right. So did you find the Supreme Court?
So the headline I heard was Justice Sotomayor made personal comments about Justice Brett Kavanaugh during a speech. She suggested, and I'll have the direct quote, she suggested that he didn't fully understand real-world impacts of a ruling and referenced differences in their backgrounds and upbringings. And then she issued a rare public apology, calling her comments inappropriate and hurtful. So that was the one I heard about. I don't know if Justice Thomas was just reacting to it at an event.
And that was Wednesday. And it said, so I found something that said this is unusual. and it's raising eyebrows. Supreme Court justices are at the top of the ladder. There's no higher court.
It is the top.
There is no higher court. And they have always held a decorum
Yes.
and a way of carrying themselves that they make their opinions in writing, and that's shared with the public, and that's it. We got a White House that's fighting with a Pope. We've got a Supreme Court that's fighting with each other in public. According to this article, justices are now openly criticizing each other in public speeches. And you're right. Sotomayor recently had to apologize after making personal remarks about Brett Kavanaugh. Brown, the sister, Brown Jackson, and others have also publicly challenged their colleagues. Listen, Supreme Court, we need somebody at a higher level that's going to keep it together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
According to Axios, the court has traditionally kept disagreements private. The shift suggests, I got to get this crown face. I done bit my tongue 3 times, literally.
I was going to say, that's a hard word to bite it on.
That shift. I got to talk all slow now. Deep internal division and concerns about professionalism and unity.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. The Supreme Court has never been unified, but there was, like you said, the key word is decorum and respect. And like I said, one of my classes, I had to watch this hour-long discussion with 2 justices, Scalia, and I can't remember the other one, but definitely 2 sides of the aisle. Mm-hmm. But they even had a playful banter in this event was with the Federalist Society. They had a playful banter even on the things they disagreed with publicly, and that has always kind of been the role of the Supreme Court. Like they threw up the softball to the other one. Like, yeah, remember when you did this? And it was like, yeah, but my decision was based on this because you did it. But it was never like it's because you don't know. And it is a little sad, but it's becoming the political climate of the country, and I think the more we poison it and this culture becomes more septic on just the lack of respect and decorum, this is what we start to see, like you said, at our highest court.
If we see this, and we just talked about parents arguing in front of children, the Supreme Court arguing with each other is like, no, don't do that, Daddy. Don't, no, Mommy, no. Right? Yep. So at the end of the day, you are totally right. I think that things have shifted so much that the highest court in the land is now going public about their disagreements about each other's decisions.
Yeah.
And I do think there's some people out there, now I'm going to put it out there, you ain't got to agree, who are feeling emboldened right now.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think we can overthink it sometime.
Yep.
Because your mind does go right to, who do you think you are?
Right.
And depending on what side of town you come from, your mind can go, y'all think y'all something because y'all got this white out.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hope we don't do that. I don't want us to treat other people like other people have treated us.
Absolutely.
And so I have to consciously, in my head, go like, don't do that.
Yep.
Like, just don't do that. Give everybody their fair shot. Give everybody a fair chance. And don't judge people based on somebody else's actions.
Well, and I think, there's been studies, and they will always say that, especially African Americans are like the most forgiving population of people in this country, because you can enslave us, you can beat us, you can segregate us, you can restrict our access to certain things. And at the end of the day, it's like, we have never been the dominant group, but if you give us positions of power, then we always still try to make sure we're fair to everybody.
Yeah.
But other dominant groups get the power, and it's like, no, you stay out.
Yeah.
And it's like, so again, we sometimes are the most forgiving people in not only probably this country, but this world.
Yeah, and I'm all, you know me, I'm all for forgiveness.
Yes.
I'm all for another chance, all that kind of stuff. But I do have to consciously not become what I don't like, or not treat others like I don't like to be treated.
Absolutely.
And I think that especially for Christians, that's part of our golden rule.
Absolutely.
And so we have to be careful. And we can say, yeah, but they. Well, it's not everybody.
Yeah.
You could talk about him, You can even talk about them, his whole cabinet almost.
Right.
Oh, he is putting a black woman in charge of the CDC.
I saw
who
that.
did work for her before. Did work for him before.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I was getting ready to say, and the ICE director, the new interim, the ICE director is also resigning as of May 31st.
Dude said, I'm out of here.
Out of here quickly. And the bad thing is, this also continues the path that we still have had no confirmed director of ICE since the Obama administration by the Senate. No confirmed Senate confirmed director of ICE since Obama.
Wow.
So they have all been just interim and acting. No one has been confirmed by the Senate since Obama.
Wow.
So
So
if they call you for that position, clearly don't take it.
yeah, because it might not be
that might not be a good move.
Let me give you this last story. The New York Supreme Court has ruled that a Rochester, New York, lawsuit against the city of Rochester, the Rochester Police Department, Monroe County, and the county can move forward. They pronounced his mistakenly told him was mistakenly told his daughter was dead, and she wasn't. And now he was trying to sue, and now they have said that he can sue.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? It's a 3-minute story, and I don't have the 3 minutes. I'm going to try it. So it's a medical examiner lawsuit, but he was mistakenly told him that his missing daughter was dead.
Wow.
And it wasn't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's a long story, but that just came up. Just stuff going on all over the place.
You want a quick gospel music, this or that?
Let's go for it.
Okay. All right. First one, Yolanda Adams or Tamla Man?
Tamla Man.
Tamla Man.
I don't want to be alone in the room. Not a moment too soon. It's just I like Yolanda Adams, but if I gotta listen, I don't want to be alone in the room. You know, I did a wedding and somebody played that song coming down the aisle there.
No,
and
they didn't.
Still a member, so I ain't gonna joke on it. But alone, yeah, okay.
All right. So I'm
Who are you?
I'm probably Yolanda on that one, but that's more
Okay.
nostalgic. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Donnie McClurkin or Marvin Sapp?
Donnie McClurkin. Donnie McClurkin came to Buffalo, and I was in the third row, and he only got through one song.
Wow.
We were in the arena. One song tore the place up. Give me him anything.
I see. I'm Marvin.
I ain't trying. No, he gonna lock you in. That's why he gonna lock you in the church till you get that offering. Go ahead with Marvin. He got a new wife too.
I saw.
And she's very animated.
I know.
It's not who I thought that he would choose.
Not at all. Not
okay.
at all. All right, we got 1 minute. Fred Hammond or John P. Key?
Oh, shucks. I like Fred. I just saw a picture of me and Fred.
Did you?
From backstage. Like Fred. John P. Key is more my style.
I know.
Fred be like, who is you? Who you got?
Give me John P. I got to go with John P. in
All right,
real life.
all right, we got 1 minute. Last one.
Kirk Franklin or Hezekiah Walker?
Yeah! Give me Hezekiah.
Yeah, got to go with Hezekiah.
Got to go with Hezekiah. Hobson's and Dr. Dry Cleaning, thank you for sponsoring this show. 874 East Delaware and Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home. 3 locations to serve you in your hour of need. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home. It's been a good one. Until next week,
Power to the people.
Till the